So, 9 AM, just left the hut, couldn't do much filming last night, actually any. There was 6 other people in the hut, so off we go. So I made the call, I'm going to exit on Deadman's, so instead of a quick 2-hour run down a hill, 5 hours, or so the sign says. And as you can see, it's a bit foggy. There's a bit of a breeze, but as I said, it's foggy. And the DWI coating on the jacket's good. As you can guess by the fact I'm wrapped up, it's not the warmest. So I've got a couple of hours to get to the trig point, which is top of the hill, and then Deadman's starts there. So yeah. This is tundra, or alpine tundra. So it is just grass. So, walking around in the fog, as you can see, it's flattened off a bit, so the trail is not actually as washed out as it is down there. It's now up on the same level, and because of the fog slash low cloud, whatever you want to call it, you're walking along, can't see anything, and then out of nowhere there's a hill and wind. But it honestly gives it quite a mysterious, mystical property to being out here in this. As I said earlier, the first time I came up here was weather like this. Actually, it was a bit worse than this. But it's just so quiet. And it's peaceful. And it's almost eerie. But it is so awesome to be out here. So there's a bit of wind noise, so I'll try and speak up, just hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just walking along this narrow little ridge and it's awesome. I'll pan it around because there's not really a lot to see, but it's still awesome. Yeah, so that's it. So that's all there is marking the trail, although the track, as you can see, is fairly well defined. It's not what we'd call a bench track, it is an unmaintained track. And you can't even see the other markers from this one. There's a couple you can see them, but the visibility is right on that limit. But again, the track is clear enough that I can follow it easily. Just going up this hill and just come down into still on the ridgeline, but just come down a fair bit. Now I'm heading back up. Now, just to illustrate this point, and I just had a fairly real reminder of the risk of doing this by yourself and why you plan it, and tell everyone exactly what you're doing, where you're going, when you're going to be there, etc. Just coming up the hill and I fell over. I slipped and I rolled. So I came down on my knee pretty hard. It's okay, but it is sore. And there's no one to help me. So that's the risk. I know there are other people coming, and I am supposed to be out today, so it would, if I went down and no one else came, it would be sometime tomorrow before I got out. So the risk is real. So there's probably no way you can hear me over the wind noise. This is fairly stable.
Because of the wind noise, I'm going to voice over it. The wind speed is very, very high, and unfortunately the microphone on this camera picks up wind noise more than anything else. I'm working on it, but at this point I've put my pack down just to swap out batteries in the GoPro, and I swapped out the battery in the center as well and grabbed a snack. And then, yeah, kept making my way down the hill. And there's some B-roll to follow. But yeah. At this point, there's water in the microphone, so the audio quality is very weird and doesn't sound right. So there's not a huge amount going on in the next few clips. It's just the changing scenery and the wind. A lot of wind. And it's also the temperature has dropped drastically, hence why I've got the beanie on, the face shield. It's definitely a lot colder on the way down. It warms back up in the forest. Unfortunately, sort of the cameras and that sort of died, and ended up just back in t-shirt and shorts basically for the last little bit. And yeah, but it was an awesome trip. I've just gotten into a little bit of a sheltered spot. It's still pretty windy, pretty cold at this point. The microphone's still doing weird things, so as we come down in altitude, obviously the vegetation changes, and I'm just starting to get back into the scrub and the very upper limits of the tree line. And as I get further down, you will continue to see a big change in the scenery and surrounding area. At this point, I'm in the tree line, so I'm just in the upper parts of the forest. And as I go down, it sort of opens out a little bit, and it's more just trees and less scrub and things like that. I stand here rambling to the camera for a fair while. I've just found a couple of decent chunks of bush lawyer, which is a fairly gnarly little plant, vine actually. What I didn't realise when I was filming was there was crap on the lens, and I did actually film it, get some close up of the bush lawyer, but because you can't really see it because of the fuzzy bit of the lens, because of the water, you can't see it, and there's no point putting it on. So the next part is in the car, just wrapping up the video. I'm just in the car. I've parked up at the Rangiwahia campground. It was an awesome trip. Unfortunately, the GoPro died on me, and the audio on the center is still really messed up, so one more voiceover, as much as I don't like doing voiceovers. Yeah, it was an awesome trip, and it was well worth it. It was hard work, but as I said, it was well worth it. And I will try and chuck in a couple more photos and things like that. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching it.